Good evening, old man and Ente. I see you two hanging out in the crowd. How are you guys doing tonight? How's it going? Lorenzo, how you doing, man? And Reno, no, I've seen behind the curve. No, the Earth is not flat.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the podcast live. Thank you. I know that's not for me, but you know what? It warms my heart. The podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door and talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I am your host, Scott, pragmatic investor, who has won and lost fortunes. And joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are we doing tonight, Belle?
I've had quite a day. It's been a productive day, though, so I'm not complaining. How's your day been?
You know what? I bought scale at 22 cents. So my day is blooming. And, you know, it's funny, too, because me and Emery were having this conversation. And it's amazing how desensitized or loss of objectivity a lot of crypto people have. I'm going to 30%. I will make 30% on this trade. I guarantee it. And we look at this now and we're just like 30%. Come on, you can do better. You know what? I'm pretty comfortable with the 30%. I'm very, very comfortable with that much upside and that little downside. I like to be there. So we at the podcast have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo is no longer acceptable, and it's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto. I got a different sound effect. Welcome to crypto, and welcome to the podcast.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? You know what? I'm going to start my monologue with a mention that this might not work out. We'll find out. So we are supposed to have a very special guest for you tonight, my podcasters. And for those who are not podcasters, but should be, because you know what? We are this cool. All right. We are the place to be. We have, or maybe have, Steve X from Buttcoin with us this evening. And for those who are wondering what Buttcoin is, he is going to tell you all about it. It is nothing like what you think it might be. He is also Steve X, and he will not be on the video with us because he is more or less behind enemy lines and doesn't want any more visibility on his person than is necessary, so it will be an audio interview only. Now, audio interviews they're double tough, man, because you are listening to him, but you're looking at me. And it makes me very conscious of my facial expressions. But I will see what I can do to maintain them and remain professional. We also do the interviews here on the podcast a little bit differently than they are handled elsewhere. We do conversational style interviews. We don't take scripts from the interviewee. We ask the questions and they answer the questions. But unlike most other shows, they don't give us any money to be on our program, so I don't feel bad at all if I bust their chops a bit. Like having him explain how he came up with the name Buttcoin, because, you know, it's one of those funny ones, man. You want to just shake it off. He's, laugh, come on, this is stupid. They got a $25 million fully liquidated valuation, and you don't get that on accident. So there's some there. And anyway, Steve will be with us in the next segment, I hope, and he will tell you all about his projects and why you should consider investing in Buttcoin if you haven't. Yeah. So I think this morning, and this really is the kind of the heart and soul of my monologue portion now, and I don't care who is on the show. It's still mine, and I am still going to ramble. But I think this morning was a perfect textbook illustration of why I do exactly what I do in regards to my very active trading. The market crapped itself, as only crypto can do when Bitcoin decides to burp. It was down, and it was down hard. Now, if you are like me, in a lot of short trades and actively monitoring those trades, mornings like this are like Black Thursdays, Black Fridays. Everything is on sale, and you have a lot of capital to invest. I'm a huge fan of stop limits, but stop limits alone are not enough to guarantee that you get out of a mess like this. You have to watch them. It's why I don't trade at all when I go to bed, when I'm calling it a night. I have no trades active. I refuse to get my stop limits jumped and wave bye-bye to all of my hard-won capital. So when I do go to bed, I sell everything right where it is. I eat the fees, and I sleep soundly, knowing that my money is well-tended and safe. I won't make any overnight, but I will not lose any overnight. Now, I'm not advocating for you to do that. It's just what I do. But when you wake up in seeing a glorious overnight crash, I go into full feeding frenzy when I get up. This morning, I went into full feeding frenzy. Now, I get banged a lot. I do. You should see the emails, man, and we share them with you guys. But I get banged a lot for being a bottom feeder, for getting fat on other people's tiers. I'm comfortable with that, and I am happy to dine on it. I was literally called. You ready for this one, Emery? I didn't share this, man. I know you don't look at Twitter, but I was literally called out on Twitter for making my decisions based solely on money. That was it. That was the nut of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am guilty. When I make an investment, when I make a buy, when I sell something, it is in fact based solely on money, my profit. I assure you, when crypto companies make a decision, it is based on money. Why, oh why, should I be held to a different standard? Why are you held to a different standard? If you are not investing for money, why are you investing? If your decisions are not based on profit, what are they based on? As much as I like to see my investments do well, it's not because I care so much about what I'm into. My like or dislike of the product is irrelevant. I want the products to do well so I can profit on them. I don't believe that the developers of these products are basing their decisions on my happiness. I'm pretty sure it's also for money. But you know what? We may or may not. Bella, Steve get on yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet? All right. So we may or may not have Steve on the show, who is a developer. And if he makes it, I will ask him just that. Now, for what it's worth, we pre-interviewed Steve, and he is one of the odd ducks that has a very big stream of altruism in him. It's not purely about the money for him, but it's at least in the conversation. All right? It's worthy of consideration, if you will. But I won't put words in his mouth. I just know, I just want him to be pre-warned that I'm going to shine the spotlight on him in regards to business, because I think it matters. And, you know, I hate to go all Gordon Gekko here. I do, man. But if it's worth doing, if it's worth taking the risk, typically, it's worth doing for money. And if I was never going to be profitable in my investments, I wouldn't make them, period. I trade the way I trade because it is the most profitable for me. And we have a YouTube channel where we tell you what we are doing. That's it. That's all the podcast is about. We're not here to tell you what you should do. That is egotism to just the 10th degree. We do it to tell you what we're doing, and you know what? It's worked out pretty well for us over the last couple of years. So yeah, man, look, that's it. I don't run away from it, and I'm not gonna sit here and apologize for being a capitalist. I refuse to. If it's worth doing, it's worth getting paid to do, period. We take the risk. We are the ones putting up the capital. We are funding their development. So I don't think it's asking too much for us to get some return on the investment. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, you can go ahead and bang me. You can hit me on Twitter. I don't look at Twitter that much, but when I do, it's nice to know you're being talked about. But I'm not even sure if that's an insult or not. I don't know how to take it, I guess. How everything you're doing is based on money. Yeah, I'm in crypto, man. I do what I do based on money. So there we go. And you know what? I'm hearing, what am I hearing here, Bill?
You are hearing Steve in the background joining
Okay,
us.
we got Steve. We're going to, then you know what, guys? How about this? With no further ado, because we want to get Steve talking. As always, Mrs. Bell, we have time for one question, comment, concern, or observation. Do we have one, or was I just too intriguing tonight that they couldn't stop listening to me and just wanted to type?
Lorenzo did chime in and said, I saw your earlier scale post. I just didn't have the funds. Def jumping in on it next.
Hey, that's the one, dude. You see that thing at that price? I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm telling you what I did, and I have it all in. All right, it's all right there. I believe in the product. I like what they are. I like what they're doing. I get heat for it. Well, why aren't you back in Cartesi? You know what? For the most part, guys, look, I'm backing out of anything Ethereum. But if I'm going to be in Ethereum, I'm going to be in something that I like, something that I trust, something that has legs, something that's been here the whole time, and something that is at least trying to prolong the life of Ethereum. I think scale is it. I'm not telling you where to put your money, man. I don't care where you put your money. I put mine there because I'm going to make 30% on it, and that's it. At 22 cents, I will make 30% on this before I get out. Don't care what you do. So, all right, guys, look, we're going to take a very short break. Give us 60 seconds. We're going to flip the screens, and we will be back with the very cryptic Steve X from Buttcoin, and he is going to tell you all about it. But before he answers your questions, he's going to answer mine. So if you guys can please give us 60 seconds.
We'll be right back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? I'm very proud to introduce Steve X. And obviously you can see Steve, and you know it's Steve because the black screen where the video should be simply says Steve. I'm going to finish my thought, and then we'll get Steve up here. Yeah, you don't have to watch the price of Buttcoin, Steve. I watch it for you. And the fact that... yeah, the fact that you even took the time to come on here, because I've had bad days. I really have. All right. Back in the dot-com bust, you're a little young. You don't remember it. But back in the dot-com, I lost like $1.2 million in 2 days. 2 days. Because it went quick and nobody would buy it. There was no floor. All right. There was no floor whatsoever. But when I was looking at you valuation fell almost $10 million last night. How do you still get out of bed and say, you know what, we're going to be all right? I mean, you lost.
Well, couple of things. One is, I don't know. It doesn't really feel like real money to me. Is like the first thing. Like, and the other thing is like, I've had like so much money and I've lost so much money in my life that none of it really feels real. Like as long as I can pop out, pay the rent, go grab some food whenever I want, you know, none of it feels real. And I know the product that I'm working on is something I believe in and is like what I want the world to become and adopt. So it just doesn't faze me at all. Like if I'm trying to pay my rent and it says like declined, I'll start worrying. But even then I won't really worry. But yeah, it doesn't concern me.
I've dug into the tokenomics, man. Look, you're going to be fine. But I'm just saying, like, if I lost 10 million last night, dude, the show would not be happening today. All right. If, you know what? Scott's got to go pray. He's got to do something else because, man. But I was
you never been bankrupt before, Scott?
Oh, dude, I've woke up to 0.00 4 different times in my life. All of them were IRS. All of them were IRS related. That's why I pay Emery. I can see him up there in the little window laughing, too. That's why I pay Emery so it doesn't happen anymore. But yes, dude, I was so critically in debt that getting back to zero would have been a win. I mean, it's like, yes, we have nothing, but we don't have any debt either. So I consider that kind of a good thing. So we've already blocked a couple comments, man, and I'm not going to let it go because I don't want my guest badgered, but we've already blocked a couple comments. They don't like the name Buttcoin. These are the people that put up that. And I told you I was going to ask you, man, and I'm going to ask you again. Buttcoin, come on. You got to explain it.
Well, you know what? It's funny because, well, I was telling you before that, you know, it's actually a combination of like button mushroom plus coin, and it ended up being Buttcoin. But it's funny because we didn't realize there was all this like negative stuff about Buttcoin on YouTube, and I think I saw a site the other day actually that was releasing a new Buttcoin with like a combination like shitcoin. You know, it's like a second thing.
Yeah.
So we're having a bit of a laugh out of it. I don't know, like the community on Telegram is like a life of its own, and they're talking about changing the ticker and all this sort of stuff. So, and I have this, like, we have zero influence on them, so we'll see what happens. But
so it's your Telegram group, but you have zero influence on your own Telegram group, dude. You know what? You got the cash, just buy them and shut them down, man. Just say, yep, gone.
No, they're funny. I like them. Like they one of the guys actually reached out to like one of the Kardashians to see if they can promote it. You know, like that sort of comedy, like you can't buy. You know, it's just got to happen organically. So I enjoy checking it once in a while and getting a good laugh, and then we'll see what happens.
Well, I love this because there's a duality going on here between marketing, promoting the name Buttcoin, and the fact that you are building serious products. You are not building cute products. You're not building stuff that, you know, it'll give you a dancing panda bear or something that yells Buttcoin. You're not doing that. You are building serious next level esoteric products, and you're doing it under the banner of a coin that's called Buttcoin. Now, I theorized, you put it together, and you never thought you were going to wake up and see, Jesus, man, we have a $30 million valuation now all of a sudden. So that was what I was thinking off the top of my head. He never thought it was going to hit, and then people started getting interested, and it's like, oops. Can't back off of this now. I did tell you, Steve, I was going to ask you about this, man. So you know what, you were pre-warned. All right.
Yeah.
Now go ahead and finish your thought, man. This is your show right now. You go ahead and finish your thought.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it all pans out. Like, you know, if enough of the community, like I know in the Telegram group, the community has organically promoted turning down like the pornographic memes, you know, in order to take the community more seriously. So I think I'll just see what the community says, and if enough people say, you know what, can we change it from Buttcoin to Button or something of that sort, you know, I'll have a serious think about it. Like the main aim right now is really to get as many people onto these decentralized services so we can kind of move away from these technocratic giants out there that are just kind of you know, censoring everything. So if that's what it takes, it's what it takes.
Well, I'll tell you what, from a pure public relations position, that's kind of what we do here. I could sell Button coin a lot easier than I can sell Buttcoin. So just putting that out there, man. Again, I can see the folks having a giggle at this, man. All right, look, we promised them We promise. I'm sorry. I glanced at a comment. Bell, I'm closing the screen. You handle this, okay? Tell me about BlockLocker, man. Tell me about BlockLocker. You said you were going to send me some coins and let me try it out, and I think our emails got lost in the email because I never got it. I know Emery did get a chance to play with it. I did not. So please tell the audience about BlockLocker because I like it.
Right. Okay. So pretty much one of the things that happened was while working on Button.Group was one of our friends who I've been getting into crypto for the last year. She had bought some secret and then put it into Kepler, and then she got, like the CFI airdrop. I sent her some BUT as well, really early on. And then eventually she moved houses, she moved cities, and then her hard drive died. So she's lost access to the wallet. And looking at it, there was like a bit under 10 grand in there. And I just thought, you know what, all my other friends that get into it as well, they either just take a photo of it on their phone or pop it in their email, which is no good otherwise. And there's so many stories out there where you hear people losing their keys. With other blockchains, you couldn't do this because the data isn't encrypted. But with Secret Network, because the smart contract data is encrypted, we figured that you could store something like your keys in there and you'd never lose them because it's on the blockchain. Like, as long as Secret Network's still running, you can always access it. And that's pretty much the main idea behind it. So we designed it in a way that you put your keys there. It costs $1 to create it. Updating the details is just gas. It costs $1. And then the other security factor is because your keys are the biggest privacy feature of blockchain, we made it that you can nominate up to 3 addresses to unlock your locker for you in case you've lost access to your keys. And then once it's unlocked, then you can get your keys by putting in a passphrase. So sorry if I'm speaking too fast or if it's all a bit, it's not put together.
No,
well.
man.
Does that make sense?
It's your words here, man. This is what they're here to hear.
Yeah. So I think I've written out some instructions here on the side, which I might just read that and it'll make sense. So first off, you store your important data like your keys, a passphrase, and up to 3 addresses that can unlock your locker. So you need, either your own addresses or you can nominate some friends. You double check the contents of your locker by using the view function, and that needs to be a transaction. So only somebody that has access to your wallet can do that, can view it. If you do end up needing to use it, then you ask one of your friends that you've put onto this whitelist to unlock your locker for you, and then you can get the keys inside using the passphrase. So for a hacker to be able to access that, they would need to, first off, unlock your locker by getting one of your friends' access to wallets, and then they would need to also have your passphrase.
So let me ask you, man, because I was thinking about this. I was thinking hard about this because this is really, it's violating one of the great big rules, unwritten rules, a law, if you will, that you never input your seed phrase anywhere. So this is kind of what I'm entertaining. Once you have it on BlockLocker and it is wrapped in a secret contract, so the contract itself is visible, but the contents are not. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So I could give that contract address to anybody, and there's nothing that they can do. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. So would you be willing, because I know you got some bucks, would you be willing to put, say, $25,000 into a single contract on BlockLocker and give out that contract address? Would you be willing to do something like that? Do you trust it that much?
Yeah, of course.
That's what I'm looking for, man. So we want to have you back on the show because I want you to give out that contract address. Now, look, babe, I know the tech. I understand, man. Look, we did the behind the scenes. I know the tech. I know secret. I am more than comfortable putting all of my information up there because I know how it works. And I don't believe for a second that anybody can do it, could crack that. I just don't believe it. I mean, dude, this is great tech, man. It's next level stuff. But again, we're swimming upstream here, man. As far as a trust in this product, we are swimming wildly upstream. So what I want to know is, would you do it and give out that contract address? Kind of like, who was what was that guy's name? The identity theft guy that went on TV and he gave out a social security number. What was his name? You remember that?
I do remember that commercial. You pasted it all over a truck or something. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. So that's what I'm asking. Steve, will you give out your contract address? I mean, if you're that confident in it, give out your contract address. Babe, look, I believe in your product. I want to use your product. I want to beta the product because I'm ready, man. Look, this is a good idea. How much money do you think people have lost over the years of crypto because they can't find their seed phrase? Everybody knows somebody that has a story. What you are proposing, the tech that you're building, is effectively an end to that. How could I not be inspired by something like this? Because it's only possible with blockchain. It's only possible with vision, and it's only possible on Secret Network. I absolutely love this. I'm just trying to help the position, man, because, again, this is a tough one. It's tough to swim upstream on this. So I guess that's why I'm asking, man. Help me help you.
Well, that rule about, never putting your keys anywhere, it's kind of one of those blanket rules that come up where the person that would advise that covers themselves, and then if they lose it, it's on them, sort of thing. But it just doesn't really work with human nature and how the tech is progressing in terms of the number of different projects, the number of different wallets. Just even looking at hardware wallets, you can't keep a lot of different blockchains on, like a Trezor or a Ledger. So you have to have a different wallet. I don't know about you guys, but my memory isn't that good. There's no way I'm gonna remember 12 words multiple times. Like I can remember my girlfriend's phone number, and that's it.
What's your girlfriend's phone number? Come on, man. We're gonna put it out here, dude. Don't worry. Nobody's watching. It's cool. You can get it out there. No, what I'm going now, babe, is that, look, I think it's a fantastic product. The people who take pictures, take pictures on their phone, you just uploaded your seed phrase to the cloud, and it's got your name on it. So I'm just saying, if you trust that. But something like the product that Steve is telling you about right here, if you don't trust that, but you trust the phone, you need the podcast. All right, we have a good educational series going on the member stream that you might be interested in. I think it's a fantastic product. I think it's going to change a lot of minds and a lot of opinions. And over a period of time, all we're going to need is a couple big losses, a couple big hooks, something like that. But over a period of time, Block Locker is going to be put out there. Don't give your seed phrase unless it's Block Locker. It's going to happen, man. All right. I'm telling you, this is the one. And I'm so very excited about it. Now, personally, don't care if you guys use it. I will. I absolutely will. And as soon as Steve gives me access, because it's clear the thing functions, all of my information is going up there, man, and I'm eager for it. I have a lot of wallets. I can't track this stuff, and I don't take pictures. So, yeah, I mean, my greatest fear is that my house burns down. It's like, oh, God, you lost the house? I lost a lot more than that, all right, because it's all gone now. So, Steve, tell me, what else do you got going on?
Well, I did build out that password manager that I was talking to you about. And that's been, that is public now. And I was running through it with Emery recently. So, there is a password manager up there. I'm not too sure if it's going to be exactly what everyone expects, just because the password managers that are centralized usually are on like a browser extension, and they're watching what you're doing and then suggesting.
Yeah.
So that alone is a little bit iffy for me. So I've never used a centralized password manager because I don't know who these people are, and I don't really want them knowing exactly what apps I'm using, what my passwords are. And as someone that's been in software and the health professions for a good chunk of my life, I know that everyone looks at those databases and looks people up and stuff. So I've always used my own personal password manager where I just put down, the app that's involved, and then the first letter of the username, the first letter of the password, and then asterisks for the rest of it. And just with my memory and from what I've seen of most people's memory, they only need a little hint to lead them in the right way. So it's built around that same functionality. So you do have to go to the site and create it and then look it up, and searching for that username, for your wallet address, and the hints password will give you your list of authentications and the hints. And if you need more clues, you click on the view button, and then you do a transaction to see the full details.
And again, I think it's awesome. I do got to ask you, Steve, are you nervous? Are you nervous tonight?
No, why do you say that?
You know what? You were starting and stopping a little bit, man. You didn't do it there in the pre-interview. You didn't know we were going to be live, did you? You thought we were going to record it.
No, it's not even that. It's just like I was saying to somebody the other day, I've got so many thoughts running through my head. I almost have Tourette's, like especially from typing, So I just got so much on my mind these days. I can't type or talk properly without stopping, starting, and not finishing sentences.
All right, man.
So apologize. Apologies for that. Hey,
you ain't got to be apologized. I'll keep you focused, man. We'll keep you here on point. It's not really gonna be a problem. Emery, did you get to play with the password manager?
Yeah, I did.
Tell us about it. We know what we're going to have. The review by Emery. Hang on. We'll give it up, ladies and gentlemen. This is Emery, and he's going to be giving us a review of the password manager. Emery, please knock my socks off.
Yeah, so we went over it a few days ago, and I literally had was sharing my screen with Steve, and we just did a walkthrough of what it's capable of and how to go about it. And so right now I use my own. I use a password manager online, and I'm always kind of just wondering whether or not it's really safe. But with this password manager, I feel a lot more secure than the ones I use online. So in the upcoming days, there's a good chance I might just move everything right over, because I know for a fact that Secret Network can keep my data secure better than whatever else is out there, and whatever Steve has to offer. I mean, I have no doubt that it's something way better than what's on the market right now. So
well, and that's the funny thing, dude. We were talking about that, man. Steve is just one of those next level guys, dude. And he's looking at he looks at it and says, "Look, how could this be better? How could it be safer? How could this be more productive and just get it away from the eyes of the people who don't need it?" So yeah, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge Steve fan. I tried to get a Buttcoin T-shirt. Apparently, they're not made. So I wanted to wear it for the interview, man, but we didn't get it. No, I love it, man. I think the guy he's thinking so far outside of the box, man. It doesn't even there is no box for him. That's why I like it. So you like the password manager?
You're too kind, guys. You're too kind.
Nah, dude, we're really not. All right, because we hammer people when if they come on and do it wrong, dude. We're vicious. I mean, we are just absolutely vicious. But it's always credit where it's due, man. And look, It's it's products like this, dude, that are going to start to change things. And we were also kicking around, how do you market something like this? How do you get it on? Well, it's easy enough, man. You get it integrated into something like Ultramail. You get it integrated into something like Jackal. You get it integrated with all of these smaller developers who are building good next level forward-thinking products on a network. That this is the only place they can do it because you're the only people who are doing it this way. And yeah, I mean, that was kind of the kicker, dude. We spent a good hour after the interview talking about, man, look, how do we do this? And it was an epiphany. We hit it. I promise you, if you build it, we will come. All right, because you got it, man. You're doing things that nobody else has done, and you're doing it in the place where it can only be done. So yeah, it's fabulous. I would love to see the password manager. You know, my email, it's right there on the screen. You can just watch any of my videos, man. You see it right there. I would like to get a piece of this because I love next level products and I like to beta test. So yeah, I'm just saying, Steve, you know, my name's Scott. You kind of said it my way, man.
Yeah. I was sure I sent it to you guys, but I'll send it again, and I'll make sure I'll get it out to you guys. But I thought I did send it a couple of days. Maybe it just got lost in the junk.
So let me ask you, how expensive is this password manager going to be? I know money is not your driving thing, but you know, I'm kind of curious because I'd like to work out a deal for the podcast folks. So yeah, when you think you're going to get this thing online, man, are you guys going to be able to cut them a little financial break because this is the podcast. They are our podcasters, and we like to bring them deals.
Well, it's live. It's live now, and to create like a record, it's $1 plus gas, and then to reveal the details. Well, to get your full list just as a hints format, it's free, and then but to reveal the full details, it's a transaction. And I think Emery was saying that it's, you know, it was around a nickel to reveal it, and it was around a nickel to edit and update it. So it's relatively cheap in that department. And the price of butt, as you were saying, has plummeted overnight. So it's a good time to pick some up.
It's like 15 cents, man. It's like 15 cents for butt right now. But look, I'm not trying to jump your time here or anything, Steve. But look, you guys you're in one of those that you hit every single wicket for me right now. One, they're forward products. They are off Ethereum, and they're small market caps. All right, I absolutely adore small market caps because there is so much room to grow there. So I absolutely love being on top of it. I'd like to talk money with you, but again, man, you're not really in this for the money. You're past that part of your life. I wish I could get there myself, but you're kind of past this part of your life that you're doing it. That you're doing.
Oh, no, I appreciate money. Just like if I have more of it, like I'll get to spend more of it on like on staffing and education and marketing and whatever. But if I have next to none of it, but I can still pay the rent, it doesn't really bother me much. So it's like I've just had so many lows in my life. I'm kind of desensitized to bankruptcy. So the more I have, the better, sure. But you know, if it's like, you know, unless I'm in jail or I'm bankrupt, completely unable to pay the rent, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, like I said, I wish I could hit that point in my life. I don't. No, what I'm saying is what I love about I'm going to profit on you, Steve. I will. All right. I'll feel bad about it. But you know what? If I'm earning, it means you're earning. So I can only feel so bad. I can only feel so bad about it. So look, yeah.
Hey, no way. I want you to. I've got a guy in the community, and he's just like trading and like with butt and other small market caps and making a killing. And I'm happy to see it. Like, you know, like a happy customer is pretty much the best form of marketing. So, you know, if you're making money off it and you're happy and you're telling people, it's going to bring more people in. So it's a win-win for everyone. So,
well, I'm not telling them to buy. I'm telling them to use your products. we are very, very excited about utility tokens. That's what we drive here. This is what we're into here, because when the token has good utility, it has a good use case, it's going to have organic growth. I love organic growth because organic growth begins to insulate you from the highs and lows of the market, because you get that steady growth over a period of time. You're a long term. I love that. I think it's ideal for me. I like it, and I will, I'll certainly recommend it to our folks, even though we don't give financial advice. I just tell them what I do, and that I own Butt. That's funny, Bell. There's no way we're going to get around saying that.
Nope. First time for everything, I guess.
All right. So, Steve, look, you got on late. Would you mind? Do we have some questions for Steve?
We do.
Okay.
Actually.
Stand by then, please. Give me 60 seconds. So, Steve, can you hang around for about 20 more minutes and answer questions about your products?
Of course.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys can please give us 60 seconds, let me put the screen back, and
We'll be right back.
And we're back, guys. Let me move a couple of screens around here. Let's get the folks back up. Belle, you said you had some questions for Steve. What do you got?
Yes, first one from Fox24. What's Buttcoin? Steve, can you go into detail about what Buttcoin is and how it works, please?
So it's our native token for Button Group. So our website is btn.group, and it's our native token built on the secret network. It's a partial private coin. So I should say token, and the tokenomics is there's going to be a total available of 28,000,006. I think it's being distributed linearly for the next 3 to 4 years. It's mainly a utility and profit sharing token. So far you can use it to share in the profits from the yield optimizer pools. You can use it as payment for our password manager and our block locker, and I think there was possibly something else. And you need to hold some to use our transactions page to its full extent. So that's what it is.
There you go. Nice and easy. Belle, what else you got?
All right. So Rico Betson, is Block Locker in beta?
Not really. I'd say, well, it's a smart contract, so it's permanent. So we were thinking that if we were going to do upgrades, we'd have to create a new smart contract, but it's decentralized and everything. So once it's there, it's there. So Block Locker, the actual smart contract, there's only going to be that version that you interact with, and then there could be new smart contracts, so new versions of it. But on our side, anyways, we'll always have every version available. But yeah, we may change it in the future so that we create this so that you can have more than one Block Locker for each address.
Yeah, I think they're asking, man, look, I'm not the only person who is interested in this, all right? I see you guys, I see Block Locker as I see you guys as the doomsday scenario. That's where I see BlockLocker for. You might see it differently. This is where I see it. I will use it once. I will put everything I need in it once. I will lock it, and I will never go back unless I absolutely have to. Because as soon as I open up that BlockLocker, everything that's in there is exposed to everybody.
That's right.
Yeah, I know how this works. So it's a doomsday weapon for me. The worst happened, and I want to know that there is absolutely one place, regardless of what happens. I lose my phone, my house burns down, everything in my life is just dust and ashes. But I know that there is one place that I can go to recover everything that I need in regards to my crypto wallet, and that's how I see BlockLocker. That's exactly how I will use BlockLocker. I think the reason that they're asking that question is because I'm not the only one who feels this way. So when do you see this product coming out to where I could say, hey, go to blocklocker.com and we're ready to use it? When do you see you get into that state?
Oh, right now.
It's ready now.
Yeah. I'm just saying in terms of the actual smart contracts, like, because I'm using it now. So if I wanted to make, let's say, a version 3, I would have to create a new smart contract and then use that. But the smart contract available right now, that can't be undone. So it's available right now, and if there is a later version, that will be like an extra instead of a replacement.
All right, so let me ask you, if they wanted to use BlockLocker right now, how would they do it?
They'd go to the site, button.group, and in the features drop down, just go to BlockLocker. You do need to get at least one butt to create. So you'd want to go to secret swap and swap one of the tokens that you own for some butt.
And then that's it. All right, so we're going to get that. Please, Bell, make sure we get that information. I want to put it out on the Discord for everybody who wants to do it, because I am absolutely going to do it. I already have some butt, but I'm going to absolutely do it because this is. I want this, all right? I want the nuclear deterrent. I want the doomsday, and I'm going to put it in. I'm going to leave it, and hopefully, I never, ever have to use it again, but it's nice to know it's there. So, Bell, do we have any other questions for Steve?
We do. Actually, the next one comes from Coin Operated. So what about the data breaches in the future of social networks, emails, passwords? What would stop someone from cracking through this, linked through the data the user gave out themselves?
Well, I don't know exactly how those data breaches have happened or the exact details, but from what I can see on, let's say, let's say my friend often goes to the dark web and he tells me that he sees things for sale, and a lot of the things that are for sale are database dumps from these big companies. That's not possible with something like BlockLocker, because the actual blockchain is a database, but every individual bit of data is encrypted, and it has its own password or some sort of security setting. So anyone can get access to this blockchain. You can download it, but cracking it is the problem. So a database breach like you get with a centralized group would just be next to impossible to get that sort of grand scale data breach.
Would you know how to crack encryption, Steve?
No, I do not.
No, because you're a pretty sharp cookie. Do you know people who can crack encryption?
Not really. Like,
not really, or nobody you're gonna tell me on YouTube. Is that what you're saying? Is that where you go with?
No. Like I genuinely wouldn't know how to do it, and just the fact that there's so many like wallets out there with good chunks of cash. Like we can go onto like Etherscan and see somebody with $10 million in their wallet, and just the fact that it's there and it's just the encryption saving it, like your keys, and no one can crack that. I don't think it's well, I'm sure it's possible, but I don't think anyone has the resources or the time to do it.
No,
not
man,
in
you're
profitable
not.
ways.
You're not going to bust that stuff, dude. It would cost you so much database. It would cost you so much. It's not going to happen. You know, if it was, it already would have, and it would be known.
Exactly.
And the biggie is because once you find out that it's vulnerable, crypto dies just like that. It is gone as we know it overnight. You think you've seen a crypto dump? You haven't seen a crypto dump. You haven't seen what that would be. Just complete and total anarchy. Everything would stop overnight. $2-3 trillion are just gone. So no, I agree with you, man. I believe it. I happen to believe in the encryption. If it could be cracked, it already would have. I mean, it ain't gonna happen.
One thing that I want to mention about Block Locker, because I was thinking about how everyone was saying, you know what, the only thing I just don't trust it. You know, that's what they said to me, and I was thinking, one strategy you could get around that is, let's say you create 3 to 4 different wallet addresses. I keep a bunch, and let's say you put your phrases, but you just put 50% of one phrase mixed with 50% of another phrase in one block locker, and then, you know, the same for the other ones. I don't know, like, I'm sure everyone can get quite creative with doing that. But yeah, I just thought, if people want to take it to that next level, I encrypt my data first anyways, because I'm super paranoid. But you know, I'm sure everyone can figure out their own way of using this and having like that extra layer of security if they want.
Oh, I've already figured out my method, because I will be using 4. So 25% spread across all 4. Good luck getting it. I know, but you know what you do. But at $1 a piece, Steve, that will cost me 60 cents. All right, man. What I'm saying is, do you think I'm made of money? 60 cents. My God, man. You are a capitalist. You came on you pre-interviewed and said, nah, man, that's not really my driving factor. It absolutely is your driving factor. You are here for the money. You're Gordon Gekko. You are twisting your curly mustache, and you're saying, yes, give me the butt. Give me the butt. I could have so much fun with that. Nah, man, look, butt's so damn cheap, dude. This costs, this is nothing, all right? It'll cost me a grand total of $1 to have my doomsday shelter, so I'm pretty well okay with that. I'm not going to speak for anybody else. I'm going to say that I'm okay with that. All right, Belle, what you got?
Last question coming from Chaos Art 49. Where does Steve see this in the future? And you've already touched on some of this, but specifically, what do you have planned? What's new that you're coming out with in the next 6 months?
The next thing I'm working on is the DEX aggregator for Secret Network.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it just needs one, really. Like, if somebody else pulls it out first, then I won't bother. But right now, the blockchain, well, Secret Network specifically, needs one, because it's just hard figuring out exactly what to do. So we want to make a user interface where someone can use, can input, especially with this recent IBC upgrade, where you can get Atom, Osmosis, all of those tokens onto the Secret Network now. So we want somewhere where people can go and just go Atom, swap it for Butt, and it's just like a one-click instead of figuring out 3 to 4 websites.
Yeah, I didn't even see if Butt is on there. Is it?
On where?
Could I swap anything? Could I swap if I go in onto Osmosis? Can I get Butt there?
No, you can't. Like, I'm not exactly sure what the deal is with the SNP 20 tokens on Secret Network and the IBC, but from what I can see so far, it's not available. But I'm sure they're working on it.
Yeah, that's what I want. Butt on there, dude. We have Boot. All right, we got Med. We got all of these other funny ones. I want to see Butt on there. All right. So who do we have to call to make this happen? Because I'm sorry, look, man, the Osmosis was fantastic, man. Bridging with Cosmos was absolutely wonderful. We did a video. Look, I can buy Atom on Coinbase and turn it into Secret, Ion, Osmo, Crypto. I can turn it into anything, absolutely anything, through Coinbase. So all of the people who are not real comfortable dealing with the deeper decks, we got it. We got you. All right. And this bridge is exactly why it works, man. It is super, super secret. So I want to see Butt on there. You know, we get the secret guys on the network, or we get them on the show. Should I put in a word for you? I mean, is that where we're going to be on this?
Well, let's actually leave that one with me, because I want to have a chat to the community and see what they're working on. I don't want to like jump the shark and and say too much in case it's not possible or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, but lots of people have reached out to me and said they love osmosis and how do we get Bud on there. So I'll have a bit of a look at that and see if it's possible.
So you're saying you don't want me to talk about it anymore? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just in
there
case.
You go.
Like...
Just shout them out when you know, man. I don't take it personal, dude. All right, we're a tiny little niche YouTube channel. It's not like we have any particular pull. It's not like we have any particular pull on anything. It's secret. All of this stuff is very, very next level, man. And it's tough to navigate some of this, and that's precisely why I like osmosis so much. That's precisely why we do all this, because it is tough to navigate. Now, for you, it's second nature, man, because you think blockchain. But for your average crypto investor, they don't. They absolutely don't. These are people who are nervous to move money from a central exchange onto their own personal MetaMask wallet. They're nervous during the transition because they've never done it before. So yeah, it's a little bit it's tough. And I get it. So anything that we can do to ease and make that process easier, we're certainly going to do it. But no, dude, if you don't ping me and say, Scott, help me out, it's not my business, man. It's your business. So, okay. No more questions for Steve, Bell. Is that what I'm hearing?
None for Steve specifically, but we do have a couple of general questions from the audience.
All right. We can run a little long. Hit it.
All right, so first one from Chester. How will Secret Network defend against government concerns of money laundering using this ecosystem? This may have been answered. I'm late.
No, this particular one hasn't been answered. And this is, you know what? I'm going to defer this one to Emery, because Secret Network is doing what nobody else has been able to do so far. And that is, even the government can't see what happens on Secret Network through secret contracts. But I'll let Emery address this question. Emery, why don't you handle this one?
Yeah, sure. So one of the driving factors that keeps Secret Network up, and if you're here for the round with Eric, they are fully compliant with any kind of regulation that the government has currently. So if there were any concerns about, through lack of visibility, so to speak, those are addressed already. They are absolutely fully compliant with whatever regulations the IRS or SEC or any other government entity that the U.S. has.
Wait a minute. I want to be devil's advocate here. I've never, I want to do it, Emery. I want to ask. I'm not going, you know what? I'll ask on the Discord. I'm not going to do it public. I'm not going to embarrass Steve, because it had nothing to do with him anyway. But there's something there was a caveat. There's a follow-up I would put on that question, but I'll ask it on the Discord. All right, Belle, what else you got?
Last one coming from BC. Could you look into Sonar Ping and talk about it a bit? Seems like they're a gem in the dark, very early, but info is hard to find. Yeah,
that's kind of an Emery thing. You want to look into Sonar Ping, Emery?
Yeah, I've never even heard of it.
Nah, babe, that's new to me. It's kind of funny, man, because we tend to stay with stuff that we know, because we want to be able to talk intelligently on it. That's all it is. That's what the podcast is. That's what the show is. This is what we've been doing since we started. There are tens of thousands of cryptos. I mean, there are a lot, and there is no way anybody is going to be intimately familiar with them. Now, we could do the YouTube thing and say, you know what? It's a great product, man. You should buy more, right? Going to the moon, going to get that Lambo. Life is good. But that would be very, very disingenuous of us, man. So we're not going to. But I promise you, Emery will certainly look into it. And, yeah, man, we'll come back with a good answer. Please join us next time.
One more question just came in, and this one's going to be specifically for Emery. D-Gully is claiming your stake rewards in order to restake a taxable event.
Ooh.
Claiming stake rewards is a taxable event. Yes.
You suck, Emery.
It's kind of like
everything.
getting interest from your bank at the end of the year. You have a savings account, so that's the best way to analogize it.
Yeah, every bit of that answer sucks. You suck, Emery. You know that? You do. Sometimes you just break my heart. Dude, all right, you could have just, let me look into that. You could have left me. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm implementing a new rule here on the podcast until the end of Christmas. All right, Emery can't answer questions like that. He needs to research them. He needs to look into it. He wants to make sure he's going to give you the right answer. But every time you do this, dude, you just punch me right in the wallet. And I don't want to know these things, dude, because you know what secret I got stashed up there at 30%. All right, I'm making secret every day, so I don't want to claim them now. You've broke my heart. You do it every single time. Don't smile, because I know that you enjoy it. Inwardly, you're dining on it. You got that black, the black heart, like, what's the show? The guy that lives up on the mountain, he's got the little dog, Scrooge. Yeah, you're that guy. So you just have that little black heart, and you just dine on my pain. The way I bottom feed on crypto. So no, I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah, you can laugh it up, Steve. That's okay, man. That's what we do here. All right, guys, we have come to the end of the show. We're going to give Steve we're going to give Steve 30 seconds. If there's anything else you'd like to mention about your product, Steve, please take it away. And you know what, dude, you're a great guest, and we'd love to have you back whenever you need to come back. So, Steve, 30 seconds, sir. It's all yours.
Yeah, guys, if you guys are interested, please come to btn.group. And the links are on the bottom for our Discord, Telegram, and just join in and really don't hesitate in asking questions and demanding to verify with addresses and everything like that. We've created a bunch of auditing tools where you can do all that. So please aggressively ask questions and yeah, I hope to see you soon.
Excellent. Emery, 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to. I want to in the future put up a short video on how to use the block locker and or password manager. So if you guys are interested in that, just let me know and I'll do a short tutorial.
Excellent. All right, guys. Look, Ben, I hope that you guys enjoyed the show tonight. I'm sure if you've been following the podcast for any length of time, you've seen that we have underwent one hell of a pivot. Now, I could not be happier about where the show is right now. Our audience has gotten a lot more specific. That's probably the best I can say it, man. We've gotten a lot more specific and tuned. I like it. I like where the position is. But again, man, look, this is your show. This isn't our show. You guys allow us to do it, and you attend to see us do what you would like to what you'd like to see us do. I'm not saying we're like, marionettes or something like that, but we want to keep everybody as informed and entertained as we possibly can. I think that's what YouTube's about. So if there is something that we're doing here that you like, please let us know. If there's something that we're doing here that you absolutely despise, please let us know that as well. All right, we can only do the show as well as we can, the information that you give us. So if you want us to change it up, please let us know, man. We're happy to oblige. I like the direction that we're going. We're slowly drifting away from Ethereum tokens. I think, you know what? I'm on record right now. We're live. I can't take it back. I think Ethereum is a dead tech. It doesn't know it yet, but it's getting there. Every time I see a new level 2 or anything else coming out to help Ethereum, for me, it's like polishing the brass on the Titanic. The real innovation, all right? The real innovation, the next level stuff that you're not going to find anywhere else is far away from Ethereum. It has nothing to do with that, and we want to spend more time bringing you these products. You could not have Block Locker on Ethereum. You couldn't do it. It wouldn't work, period. So this is the type of stuff that we want to continue to bring you. I am more than happy to I'm more than comfortable with the views that we get on the show. We're not BitBoy. We're bringing you actual products, actual use case stuff, and the stuff that is going to be, it's just going to be the rule of thumb 2 years from now. When you're really early, you're absolutely insane. When you're slightly early, you're insightful. And we always seem to be very, very early. So that's it, man. That's what I got. I want to thank you for sticking with us. really want to thank you for joining us on a Saturday night, man. I don't know how many viewers we have, but Saturday nights are usually not terribly good for us. But yeah, that's all I got. So, Belle, if there are no other questions, comments, concerns, or observations, if you could take 30 seconds, talk us up, talk us out. Guys, I had a ball tonight. Thank you for joining us. Want to give a big round of applause to Steve. Thank you for joining us this evening. And take it away, Belle.
All right. So for those 20 of you that joined us tonight to listen to Steve with BTN, thank you. We do appreciate all of your support for everything we do here. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, please don't hesitate to drop Scott and I an email. Our email addresses are on the bottom of the splash screen, so right underneath where Scott's sitting. Now, with that being said, next Saturday on December 11th, we do have the boys from Jackal coming on at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're really excited for that one. Cannot wait to bring you these guys. They are absolutely amazing. Now, with that being said, again, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back on our normal 7 o'clock slot on Thursday as well. And we, again, thank each and every one of you guys for joining us. And we hope you had a fantastic time, and we will see you next time.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at The Podcasts. Also, visit our page at thepodcast.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.